What's going on, guys? We're with Miss Kaitlyn Kilian. I think you're going to start us off here with a song, right?
Yeah, that'd be great. I'm actually about to release I just recorded a whole EP, so I figured I'd just share some of those songs with you guys this evening. So this first one is called Golden Picture Frames, and I wrote it about my grandparents. I'm the youngest of 40 grandkids, so there's a whole slew of us. Whoops. Once upon a time, two people fell in love in Medford, Oklahoma. Simple hello turned into and it would be nice to get to know ya. Under a redbud tree, she was still pretty green. He asked her to marry. Didn't take long, they started having kids, just babies having babies. Over 15 years, they ended up with 12, and I know that sounds crazy. Yeah, they say the youngest tells the story, and I'm the last grandkid of 40. There's still a White House at the end of 7th South where a whole lot of life got lived. And I remember Christmas on a corduroy couch being all filled up with kids. All the faces in the photograph, stories hanging up in the hallways. Memories don't fade away. I take them with me in my heart today. In golden picture frames. Just like that hallway, my heart is full. Memory after memory. Every Sunday dinner, every random get-together, every birthday, every wedding. And some of us have moved away, a whole lot's changed, but I still see it all, and I can still see there's a little White House, the end of 7th South, where a whole lot of life got lived. And I remember Christmas on that corduroy couch being all filled up with kids. All the faces in the photograph, stories hanging up in the hallways. Memories don't fade away. I take them with me in my heart today. In golden picture frames. If that old house that I once knew gets torn down or painted blue, I can always close my eyes and see a White House at the end of 7th South where a whole lot of life got lived. And even if they threw out that corduroy couch that was all filled up with kids, I'll still see the faces in the photographs hanging in the hallways. 'Cause memories don't fade away. They're right here with me in my heart today. In golden picture frames. Once upon a time, two people fell in love in Medford, Oklahoma.
Awesome. Thank you. That was
Thank
awesome.
you so much.
Yeah,
And that was
sorry,
called-
I didn't even give you all time to set anything up. I just started singing.
Oh, no. We were all good.
And that was called Golden Picture Frames, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's from the upcoming EP?
Yep, that'll be coming out on this next upcoming EP. So,
Do you know when you might drop that?
we're hoping for April-ish. So
Okay.
so each song is gonna be released as a single as we lead up to the full EP. So our first one that we're gonna be dropping is gonna be next month.
Okay.
Sweet.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
That's awesome.
So yeah,
So where are you originally from?
I'm originally from Medford.
Medford. Okay. And where is that from here? Is that?
That's like about an hour and 15 minutes, just straight northwest of here.
Okay.
So straight up 35 and
Mm-hmm.
off an exit about 20 minutes.
How far is that from Enid?
Straight. It's like straight north of Enid, about 35 minutes.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's right around that area. Then.
Yeah. Grew up in doing a lot of stuff in Enid. My mom works there, and it's like the main area that has a Walmart.
Yeah.
You know?
yeah, for sure.
That's how towns are judged, if they have a Walmart or
Yeah.
not.
I know,
And is it a
yeah.
super center? Like in the town I was from, we had the only Walmart like it left, and it
Yeah.
wasn't I don't even remember what they called it.
It was just like
It wasn't a neighborhood market.
No,
it wasn't a super
it
center.
was like a OG Walmart. Really.
Yes. We still
Yeah.
have kind of one of those over in like Blackwell. That's the other Walmart we'd go to. It's
Okay.
like, it didn't have any like food produce or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like your necessities.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it was like it was like a mini. I don't know.
We had
yeah.
frozen food. We had all kinds of dry food, but there wasn't no fresh food.
Yeah.
Like there was clothes.
Yeah, that's how it was. That's
Okay.
how it is there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
no
maybe
like
it's not the
fresh
only one.
produce.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's all like granola bars and chips and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they had like I had automotive stuff there too. I
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then they eventually closed it down.
Yeah.
What,
So the story I always heard was that Sam Walton used to fish at Uchi, and so he would go there. They had a big fishing section there too, and he would go there to get fishing tackle, and that's why they kept it open for so long.
why not just bring enough what you need, Sam?
Because he wants to go to his own store to get some, I guess.
He walks in there, it still has to pay for it.
Yeah. So you've been pretty busy recently.
I have. Yes.
So you've been on tour with Wyatt.
I have. Yeah.
So how's that been?
It's been so fun. Unfortunately, I got sick in the middle of one of our runs, and I had to go home for a few days, but that kind of sucked.
Yeah.
But I missed a few towns, but for the most part, it's been amazing. It's been so fun. And it's cool too, because all those guys are like my brothers. And then you have Kinsey, his fiddle player, and
Yeah.
she's just the sweetest thing. And so it's been a pleasure to get to go and actually see the whole thing in big picture,
Yeah.
you know. So
What's been the coolest venue you've played so far with them?
that's hard for me because there's been a couple that like the energy has just been insane. But this like last week in Manhattan, my family all got to come out, and so that was really special to me. So because my granny was there, and my brothers got to finally come and watch me, and my boyfriend finally got to come out, and it was just
All 40 grandkids were out there.
yeah, we had a bunch like some of my cousins came out and my friends. It was really neat to let them experience that with me. But I would have to say though, overall the whole trip, like the one that I feel most proud about was probably in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Really?
That was I can't even think of the name of the venue at the moment, but it was like a theater. And it was so fun. That was the first time I'd ever sang, and they were like singing the stuff back to me. And they didn't even know the song. They would just like listen to what I was saying. You
Yeah.
know, it was just
Yeah.
a really cool crowd of people. So
Yeah.
that was probably my favorite so far.
So have you known Wyatt growing up, or is this did all this come about with?
Oddly enough, so it would have been, I'm pretty sure, in this room right here. Is there another room like this in this building?
Yeah. Well, there's a bigger room. The
So
main
it's
club
not the
is,
main club. This is like the side club,
Yeah,
right?
this
Yeah.
is Tremors right here.
Okay, so in this room, Wyatt and I met in here, up on that stage. So
Really?
yeah,
I was trying to figure what she was looking at. I was
Yeah.
like, what's
yeah,
going on
up
over
on
there?
that little stage. So there was like an event hosted here, and I haven't been in here in forever. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
But it's been back in like 2020, I want to say. And we were both a part of Oki Records, and we had just came in and did like a little writer's round, and he got put in my round with me. And the night before, I actually played the tumbleweed, and he was at the show. And he said, like, whenever we got here that next day to play the show, he was just, came up and introduced himself to me. He's like, dude, I was at your show last night. You're awesome. I was like, thanks, man. And then we played the round, and then after that, I always make fun of him because he asked me for my autograph on the poster because we had our names, in the same group, and so I signed his poster for him, and so I always gave him crap while we've been out on the road about it. I always tell everybody, one time I signed my autograph for Wyatt Forrest.
Yeah.
So, but we ended up joining the same management team, and we all moved out to Nashville together. So I got to kind of see it go from the ground up, and it's been a really cool experience just getting to be a part of that. I'm really blessed to have an opportunity to watch somebody, go from the empty bars to on tour selling out venues is pretty cool. It's a super neat experience. So
I think that says a lot about. We were kind of talking about this the other day about Wyatt. The kind of person he is. He seems like a genuinely good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is absolutely. Yeah.
We had him on back in May, I think, and he was super nice. But sometimes you meet people and they're super nice when you meet them, and then they're. But I think, from what I've seen, Wyatt seems to be super nice through and through.
He is absolutely one of the kindest people I've ever met. Just hands down, good-souled human being, and he comes from great people. His parents, Shannon and Noe, are just absolutely amazing humans. While we've been going back and forth to Nashville and stuff, I've had to park my car over at their house a few times, and it's just, it's just like, they're just sweet people. They're very welcoming, and they just have that kind, small town hometown family sense about them, and that's kind of that's why I think Wyatt and I are so close, just because we kind of come from that same background. You guys get it, I'm sure too.
Yeah, for sure.
Being from a small town and stuff, so it's just it's been nice to have somebody with me along my journey too, just to have somebody that's like a brother that you can relate to and keeps you kind of grounded, like where we're from. And
So what inspires you, as a musician, as a songwriter? Is there someone in your large family that you've kind of drew inspiration from, or is it an artist that you've met?
So just from the beginning, what's made me inspired in music in general. Is that what you're saying? Was it family oriented?
Yeah. Yeah.
I was lucky enough. My cousin, actually, she used to chase down the whole music dream herself. And I remember as a kid going to her shows, because she's a few years older than me. And she would just play different small venues and stuff, just like I was wanting to do and that I've done, and I still do sometimes, And I got to watch that as a kid, and that was just something that was super inspiring to me. And her dad, we'll still get together. I actually just shot my first music video this last week.
Really?
And I let him be the truck driver in the video. So I don't have a whole lot of people in my family that are music oriented or anything, but my grandpa, he used to be in a band. And so between my cousin growing up playing music and my uncle and my grandpa, I've had a couple of people that have kind of been, a small bit of inspiration, but I've always just loved music. So nobody in my immediate family, my mom and dad or brothers, they're not music people.
So what happened where you flipped the switch and you were like, I'm going to start doing this?
So I've always loved it. Even whenever I was a little kid, I remember the first time I ever got in a crowd of people, sang in front of a crowd of people, I was probably 5 for our Christmas program. And our music teacher just chose me to be able to go up on stage and sing. And after that, I feel like I did it almost every year. It's like they were kind of trying to instill it into me or something, you're going to do this. And then when I was in high school, I wanted to sing for the Veterans Program and the Christmas program. So I did that, but I always wanted to learn how to play guitar. So my senior year of high school, I asked our history teacher to teach me how to play guitar. And so I'd go in every morning, and he would kind of start teaching me a little bit. And I was using my brother's guitar, which was kind of ironic because he never played guitar.
Hey guys, we want to tell you a little bit about Deadwake Archery Innovations. They got all kinds of awesome stuff. They create their very own custom designed CNC milled bows, and they do all kinds of crazy colors with the anodization. And you want to tell them a little bit more?
Yeah, so it is a Oklahoma State graduate. They're in Kansas, Oklahoma is where they're established. They do some great stuff, great killing machines for the water, honestly. And just go check them out. Thank you so much for Deadwake Archery Innovation for sponsoring this podcast.
Hey guys, we want to give a huge shout out to our new sponsor, Red Earth Designs. They made all of these new t-shirts you're seeing. You can find those on social media if you go to our page, Guitars Cowboys Pod. You can click on that, message us, get a shirt, all that good stuff.
They also made these awesome cups for us, guys. They do everything from screen printing, vinyl, laser etching. They will probably even give you a tattoo if you give them enough time. But go check out Phil there in Perry. Great shop. We'll be looking to go there in the future, give you guys kind of a lowdown on their background.
Thank you so much to Red Earth Designs for sponsoring us.
But and then I finally got a guitar for myself, and once I got to college, while I was in the dorm rooms, I remember the first week of school, I was sitting there playing the guitar. I was still kind of trying to figure it out. Wasn't very good. Still could probably be better at it today. But and I got a bunch of people would like come knock on my door and be like, "Wow, you're really good.
Yeah,
Play for us.
Play for us." I had the whole downstairs just coming in my room, just like they were out in the hallway and everything one time, and I was like, wow, maybe I could do something with this. Like, I don't know, this is kind of cool.
Yeah.
I was like, absolutely not. No. And then I started working at a steakhouse while I was in college. I went to school at Northwestern Oklahoma State University in Alva, and I was working at a steakhouse called Northern Chop House, and we had entertainment come one night. And my boss was like, you have to go and sing with him. And I said, you guys are crazy. I'm not doing that. And I ended up doing it. And after that, he had me come out to a show with him, and I played. He said, learn 10 songs and you can come and play. And I was real hesitant because I was like, I don't know if I want to do that. I just feel like that's probably not what my, I don't think I'll ever have the confidence, to get out in front of a crowd and do something like that. But I did. I ended up doing it, and it was a local place that was close to my hometown in Palm Creek, Oklahoma. I don't know if you guys have heard of that before.
I don't think I have.
So I went out and I played 10 songs, and then after that, I just started, that bar offered me to come and start playing music there. So I started playing music there, and then one thing leads to another. If you're in the music industry, you kind of learn, it just takes one opportunity, and then you just start getting a whole bunch of other opportunities. And so I just started playing at different venues around, and I kind of got addicted to it, and I just kind of took off with it. And after about a year of just playing different venues, I met my management, and within a year, I moved out to Nashville.
That's awesome.
So it's been crazy.
The rest is history.
Yeah.
Yeah, the rest is history, and I've just been doing it ever since. I got into nursing school, and I ended up dropping out of nursing school a couple times.
Yeah.
And I finally decided to do it full time. So
what did you go to Northwest for? What was your major?
I was going in for nursing.
For nursing, okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I actually didn't attend their program. I went to Enid's program a couple different times, and my advisor was the one that told me, because I remember crying to her on a Zoom call one day, and I was like, I don't know what to do. I said, I'm bringing my guitar to class to go to rehearsal after we get done with our tests, and I said, I just feel like I'm so torn, and I'm getting an opportunity, and I said, I don't know what to do with it. I don't know if I should take it or not, but I ended up taking it, and she encouraged me to take it too.
I think it's worked out so far.
It has. It's been so fun. It's definitely been probably one of the most unexpected experiences, I should say, in my life. It's kind of funny how life works out. You think that you can make decisions and have hopes and dreams and expectations of things, and it can change real fast.
Yeah.
So, but it's been really fun.
Yeah. You have a second song for us to play?
Yeah. So I might have to do a little explaining before I play this one.
Okay. That's totally fine. Good thing we're on a podcast.
Yeah, exactly. So within all that time of me being in nursing school and stuff, and finally making that big decision, I had lost one of my best friends in a tragic accident. And we were we were working on a harvest run up in Iowa, and that's which made me make that final decision to go ahead and do music full time, was losing her and realizing, life's so short. So while I've been out in Nashville, it's been a healing journey for me, and it's been an opportunity for me to write music about, my experience and shed a little bit of her light. And I've been able to dedicate like all the shows, being out on the road tour, and so it's been nice getting to do that. So I wrote this song though from her perspective, and it's called Mr. Sunshine. So and this one will be on the EP as well.
Awesome.
Nine times out of 10, Jaeger would be riding shotgun, wet nose out the window like an old log will. Any other day, I'd be breaking and downshifting, dead stopping at a stop sign before rolling up the hill in the cold November chill. Me and Mr. Sunshine, we've been hanging out where it's brighter than a diamond in the sky. And up above the weather, high above the clouds, it turns out we're all born to fly. Now that you're smiling again, my friend, so can I. It's good to see you found love that you can count on. You deserve to fall into the arms where you belong. Just so you know, I've been loving all your songs. I know you can't hear me, but I'm singing right along. Me and Mr. Sunshine, we've been hanging out where it's brighter than a diamond in the sky. Up above the weather, high above the clouds, it turns out we're all born to fly. Now that you're smiling again, my friend, so can I. Every night in Oklahoma sunset, can't trust me, you ain't seen nothing yet. It's me and Mr. Sunshine, we've been hanging out where it's brighter than a diamond in the sky. Up above the weather, high above the clouds, it turns out we're all born to fly. Now that you're smiling again, my friend, so can I. Ooh, so can I. So can I.
That was a great song.
Thank you.
That's
Thank you.
It's very touching.
Yeah, it is.
I got chills.
Thank you. Yes, I got to write that with one of my favorite writers and also my producer.
Really?
So, yeah, I was very excited about that. And I actually just wrote that this last year. It took me so long because the accident happened in 2019, and I couldn't find, like the right song or like the right thing to say, but I wanted it to be different, So that was my main goal, is making it different and not terribly sad.
Yeah. It doesn't give the ring of like a sad song, but the lyrics are there, and it's very touching.
Yes.
Like
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
So what's the EP going to be called? Can you say any of that yet?
I haven't released that yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I still want to make that a surprise. But I would love to share it with you.
I'm gonna put a bleep, like it sounds like she told us, even though she really didn't tell us.
Yeah, it is bleep. There you go. You can go and put that in there.
Yeah. So you mentioned earlier that you just recorded a music video.
Yes.
So I've always wanted to ask one of our artists, like, what goes into like making a music video? Like, how does the idea come about? You make it a story? Do you have it go along with the story? Like, what can you tell me about that?
Yeah. So it actually kind of took quite a bit of time and like conversation to figure that out. And I really struggled because I wanted to do something pretty simple but very meaningful, because a lot of my music that I have is very like metaphorical, I guess, if you want to say. So there's some form of metaphor in each thing that I sing about. And I like to kind of have something that maybe means more than one thing, you know? So in the music video, I was super adamant about letting it be simple but meaning so much more. So I was lucky enough to figure out, like, my day-to-day manager and I sat down on the phone and like we talked about it for hours and days, and like, because it was kind of all last minute, just thrown in together, and just like we got to figure something out, you know. And we're getting really pressed for time, and it's coming up so fast. And with me being out on the road and everything, it's just been kind of chaotic. But we finally came up with an idea, and then we took that idea to the like video producer person that will be, you know, he puts all that together.
Yeah.
And they can kind of take my thoughts, and then we can take all of our thoughts together and kind of come up with something really special. So we did that. And then with this song too, luckily it kind of means a lot of different things. It can relate to multiple different people, and you know, just, it's called Hey Highway. I don't know if I said that yet, but okay. It's, yeah. So when I sing it here in a little while, you guys can kind of get an idea.
We already know the third song.
Yeah, so that'll be the last one.
Yeah.
And that'll be the one that will be released this coming next month in October.
Sweet. I was fixing to ask you if it was a song that was already out or if it was a new one off the new EP. But
yeah, we don't. I have a couple songs out, but I've been working really hard to kind of like find my sound and figure out my style and who I am, and it took a while, like with writing, to kind of get an idea of like what I wanted to present to the world. And I will tell you, the EP is all about like my personal life.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
So, real quick question. I see you have your guitar that you've been playing for the two songs we just did. Is there a story behind the guitar? Does it have any special meaning, or?
So actually this guitar I just got like a couple weeks ago.
Really? Yes.
I've been wanting a Gibson for a long time. The other guitar I had was my one and only guitar that I had, but my management team helped me find a way to get a new one, because my Taylor just was kind of struggling. It shows. The pickup was a little rough, but
yeah.
So this one's brand new. This is my new baby.
There we go.
I love the color.
Yeah.
What's that sunburst called?
I don't know. I think it's just called a sunburst.
Okay.
I think that's what they call it. So, but yeah, I told him, I said, now don't be getting anything too red, because I got a song on my EP that says red don't look good on me. So I can't be having anything too red.
She likes the orange, right?
Yeah, there we go.
There we go, yeah.
I like them both, though, so nobody come after me.
So you said we were talking beforehand a little bit, you used to show pigs, right?
Yeah, I showed pigs, I showed lambs, and that was it.
So did you go to OIE, I'm guessing?
Yes,
okay.
Every year,
okay.
actually.
Did you ever do anything big at OIE, or?
The only thing big I ever did at OIE was just show my lambs. I survived the week.
Yeah.
And I spent too gosh dang much money. That is what I did.
Yeah.
So.
I assume that you were an FFA.
I was in
high school.
both. I did 4-H
4-H
and
and
FFA.
FFA.
Yep.
Sweet.
So-
Did you do any like judging competitions?
I did. I actually won a couple judging
Really?
competitions when I was younger.
What judging?
For just like the whole, like, what do you mean?
Like what kind of judging? Was it livestock, poultry?
Yes, it was all livestock.
Oh, just livestock.
Yep.
Okay.
So, I never did poultry. I never got into
Yeah.
Grading the chickens.
grading the chickens.
There's a ton of different judging competitions that they have out there for FFA, especially. Like I did environment and natural resources judging. I don't know if you've ever heard of that. It's basically like you animal.
Well, howdy, folks. Welcome down to Bad Brad's Barbecue. Hey, stop looking at Gus. Stop it. All right, folks, you see here, Jacker's trying to throw some cornhole, and he just can't get her done.
I just cannot hit anything today.
I see that, Jagger.
Man, you gotta have some bad brads. Play that crap when you're hungry.
Vernon always coming in clutch with the barbecue. Oh, yeah, look at that bite, folks. All right, Jagger, let's see it. Look at that, right in the hole.
Bad Brads, where you can't help but be good.
Like Jagger said, folks, Bad Brad's Barbecue, where it's good to be bad.
Animal identification, stuff like that.
Okay, yeah.
That's what I did. And then
Who was it talking about the dirt? You remember? They were like, I can't focus because when we go out, I'll be like walking around and
I forgot.
Oh man.
I know who you're talking about, but I can't remember. Someone did land judging, and they were talking about like they were
That
a really
is
big
so
land judger.
interesting.
Um,
How do you judge the land? That's a good
So
question.
I actually randomly did.
Who was that?
I actually randomly did. I think they have range and land. I don't know. I don't know what the difference is, but I think I did one of the two, and because I did this thing where if I wasn't, they didn't offer my competition there, I'd still go, but I just do a random competition.
Yeah.
It was
So-
Austin.
Oh yeah,
Austin Dixon,
yeah,
yeah.
That makes sense.
Okay.
But so I think I did land judging here one time. It was in Stillwater, and it was basically they had like big like holes in the ground, like you get down in there, like you get to feel like the dirt and like the layers, and you like say is this clay loam or a sandy loam, stuff like that. And then
Interesting.
yeah, it was kind of interesting, but I had no idea what I was doing. Everybody's like really serious about it, and they got their Scantrons that they're filling out. I'm just like, I'm making designs on it. I'm like, I have no idea what I'm putting down here.
How funny.
Yeah.
That is so I mean, I'm a farm kid, so I feel like that would have been something I would have been super into. Like
Yeah.
my little nerdy self going out there judging. I don't know how I would judge, though. I don't probably know the difference between.
I had no idea what
You
the
know?
difference was. I'm like, it looks like dirt to me.
It
Is
looks
that
like
an
dirt.
option? Is there an all of the above I can just put on there? But I wasn't sure. I
That's
also
funny.
did I think I've told this one story a couple times, but did the business management one in Tulsa one time, and I was like, yeah, let's do that. That sounds fun. And people go in there with like calculators and like pencils and writing stuff. And
Math.
I walk in there. I didn't have a calculator at all. I'm like, I have no idea what this is. People are always like, dang, this kid don't even have a calculator. I'm like, yeah, that's right. And
That's
I got
right.
dead last every single time I did a random one. But it were fun. It was fun just to see like what other people did with their
Yeah.
time. So
Yeah, I never did anything like that. I probably would have liked it, though, being, I was a math kid. I loved me some math.
finally,
Oh,
I'm
I'm against the math.
I'm a math person as well.
Yeah.
I'm an engineering major here at Oklahoma State.
Oh, my brother was an engineering major
Really?
here.
Here-
Yeah,
here-
he
here-
graduated from OSU. so.
What kind?
Mechanical engineering.
Mechanical?
Yep.
I'm mechanical engineering technology. So
Okay.
pretty close, but it's kind of like it's the dumb mechanical. It's the people that aren't as smart as the regular MEs, so we do the MET so we can still get through. But, yeah.
Hey, do whatever you got to do.
I mean, I'm still going to be doing the same job. They just went through harder school than I do.
Right. See, my brothers both graduated, and I never did, so I just consider myself, the smart one because I just didn't go through the whole thing.
You're like, have you ever played in Raleigh? No.
No.
Exactly.
Have
What have you
ever
done?
been to the?
Do you open for Wyatt Flores? No.
Did you give Wyatt your autograph?
Oh my goodness.
Well, we appreciate you coming by today. You want to talk about this last song before you play it for us?
Yeah, I'd love to. So we actually wrote this song. I got to write this song with one of my childhood dream writes. So Billy Montana and I got Billy Montana wrote Suds in the Bucket.
Okay.
Really?
And Bring on the Rain and multiple other big hits that you guys would have heard about. And
Is he kind of like? I'm sorry to interrupt. Is he kind of like Dean Dillon?
I mean,
do you know who Dean Dillon is?
I don't cut this out of here because I'm not big with it when it comes to any type of writers. Or
So that's okay. He had a small career in the '80s, but he wrote a lot of songs for George Strait, a lot.
Okay,
of
then
big
yes.
hits. Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
I'm not good with names, even when it comes to actual artists, which is terrible and embarrassing. I know songs though.
Yeah.
I can hear a song. And as a musician, I probably shouldn't admit that. So maybe cut this part out.
Yeah.
We'll chop that out of it.
Yeah, it's all right.
No, but he's considered in my eyes a legend, you know.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And I got to meet him while being in Nashville, and he works through Curb. I've got to work with a lot of Curb writers over the past year and year and a half. And also the other kid that wrote with us, his name's Cole Miracle. He writes with Wyatt also, and his wife is
Cole and Kinsey Miracle.
Yeah. So
Yeah, we met him, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
yeah, I bet you guys have.
Yeah.
So his wife's the fiddle player for Wyatt.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're great people. And on the last day of our retreat that we were on, we got paired up together, and I'd been talking to Billy, all week, and he was more familiar with my final agenda I was actually working on a whole album, but we knocked it down to an EP. And I was just telling him I need some more songs that are upbeat, I need a little bit more of a whatever happens. It never happens though with me because I'm just very slow and sad. But he was like, I've been thinking, because you've been talking a lot about your journey and about how you've been going up back and forth and traveling from Medford to Nashville. And he's like, I was just kind of thinking, and I'm usually the one that brings ideas into the room. I'm real big on that. And I guess I just talked him into an idea, if you want to say, because he came up with this title. He's like, what if you wrote a letter to the highway? And so he's like, so tell me some of your first, your first thoughts whenever you leave your house, and that first feeling whenever you left Medford to, a little small town to a huge city. All those little personal comments that he had, that you think of, or your first thoughts and all the emotion behind it. And I was like, yeah, that's really neat. I was like, okay. So I just kind of started talking to him. I told him the story, and one verse fell out, and then the chorus fell out, and then the next verse fell out pretty, and it just was able to tell the whole story of how I felt and how I still feel, going back and forth, because it's been really hard for me leaving a small town and leaving so far away from your family and who you are. And so it's been an interesting thing. But the best part about it is it also can relate to, to our journey just in life in general. You know, your challenges, the struggles that come along with everything. And so, which goes back to the music video. I kind of put some of that stuff in there. So
Sweet.
But this one's called Hey Highway. Are y'all ready for it?
We're ready.
We're always ready for it.
Okay. I might have to adjust myself here. So. Hey highway, it's just you and me out here. Don't judge me that I keep looking in that rearview mirror. It's more than a town, Mama cried when I left it. It ain't just a quick stop off of one of your exits. You think it is, you really don't get it, no. You got it all figured out, you know right where you're going. about turning around as you pull out the driveway. And you don't know how it feels to hold on nothing but the wheel of a packed up eastbound hand-me-down Chevrolet. Hey, highway, hey, highway. See these heavy eyes, knowing I'd be with you today. I didn't sleep last night, and I'll let you in on one little secret, that you got a promise that you're gonna keep it. I'm a lot more scared than I showed those people back home. You got it all figured out, you know right where you're going. You were thinking about turning around as you pull out the driveway. And you don't know how it feels to hold on nothing but the wheel of a packed up eastbound hand-me-down Chevrolet. Hey, highway, hey, highway, cause you got it all figured out, you know right where you're going. You were thinking about turning around as you pull out the driveway. And you don't know how it feels to hold on nothing but the wheel of a packed up eastbound hand-me-down Chevrolet. Hey, highway, hey, highway, hey, highway. It's just you and me out here.
Awesome.
That was fantastic.
Now I can't wait to see the music video.
I know, that's going to be great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming on and sitting down with us today.
Thank you guys for having me.
Yes.
Do you have any merch, tour dates, anything like that you want to plug? Social media?
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, please follow me on Kaitlyn Kilian Music. I love followers and being able to
Don't we all?
yes, being able to share whenever my music comes out too. I'm really looking forward to sharing it with everybody and giving y'all some hints whenever stuff's gonna be dropping. And I have TikTok, Instagram, all that, so give me a follow. And my next show dates, I have a couple more show dates coming up with Wyatt in December, and that will be in Atlanta, Georgia. So we will be out there December 14th and 15th, I'm pretty sure. Okay. And then I'll be playing the Dodge City Rodeo this weekend. So if anybody's going to be around for that, Dodge City, Kansas. So, but other than that, I probably just some pop-up stuff, whatever comes about in between time. And I've been on the road, so I've been kind of trying to slow down a little bit before the holidays. And so also I do have some merch. I'm about to post my new merch that I just got for tour on my socials, so be looking out for that too.
Sweet.
Yeah.
For sure.
So,
awesome. Well, we really appreciate you taking time to stop by. So
yeah, well, thank you guys. It's nice meeting you.
Yeah, we'll have to do it again sometime.
Yeah, I'd love that.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.